Hey everyone, I am not accustomed to doing a live stream, so bear with me. Um, Hopefully, I'm going to try to at least once per week do some live stream. But this being my first real live stream, guys. So just hang in there with me while I get myself prepared for this live stream. Yes, guys. So, guys, hey everyone. Welcome, welcome back to the channel. Guys, I am so glad you could join me today. And if you're not here, hopefully you'll be able to join me whenever you get a chance to do so. Now, this live stream is going to be long. Hopefully I can get an hour out of it because, live stream is kind of different from when you're doing a video. You do a 15 minutes video or a 20 minutes video or even a 5 minutes video. But now I'm going to see if I can stretch the limit because, as I said, this is going to be my first. Now, guys, I am so glad you could join me today because at some point in the video today, you might be able to join me. And I really appreciate your presence here, whether it's you're watching now or you're watching later. Because we're about to discuss a topic that is not just important, but it's urgent. And this is about the current state of affairs regarding immigration in the United States, particularly under the Trump administration. So I hope I don't forget my manners, but here we go, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And why am I saying this? Because it really depends on where you're watching it from. And this is going to be an amazing live, both for my subscribers and those people who don't subscribe and just come for information. But if you come for information, me hope say you will subscribe too. Guys, you know my YouTube channel. What if you come here already, what it is all about. I do reaction videos whereby I analyze. I may even criticize sometimes. And guys, me not take it for granted. Remember that we are here to be very respectful. We don't fight. And we want you to share your opinion on the videos that are brought here. And especially on this live stream, share your thoughts, share your opinion. Me really appreciate it. Understand? Me appreciate every video. As long as every comment, criticize if you want. It doesn't matter to me because live stream is my live stream is something where me really appreciate it if you share your opinion. Me looking forward to you to share your opinion. Yeah, share your opinion. Say the video too long. Say the video too short. So you're not interested in what I'm talking about. So you're interested in what I'm talking about. But give your opinion, guys. May appreciate it. Guys, remember, make sure say you like the video, you subscribe if you know, and you ring that notification bell Your support means the world to me and really help spread awareness about these critical issues that affect so many lives. So let me get into it. As we all know, recently we have seen alarming reports that the Trump administration has decided to classify over 6,000 living immigrants as deceased. 6,000 living immigrants as deceased. And I have a reason for that. A very unpleasant one, one that I don't agree with. And I'll tell you why little. You wait a little bit and me tell you why I may not agree with it. Yes, you hear that correctly. 6,000 living immigrants, them not that, But go in there and instead of where you have life, it put dead, classify that. As a matter of fact, the people are not dead, but whatever money them put into the social security or whatever, that is dead to America. Them are individual, them very much alive, but they are labeled as dead. My God. This decision leads to the cancellation of their social security numbers, effectively stripping them of their ability to work. So when them go out for a job, now, those are people who under a Biden administration, then they grant social security number so they can work in the United States. So now when them go out for work, or if them in the system I work right now, and when the quarterly report go in to Social Security Administration, it's going to bounce back. So there's nobody, that person is dead. And this is where them going catch them easily. So them people there who did a work and pay tax, know them in a big hot water too. Because that is a way, that is how them are going to catch them. Now, because it leads to the cancellation of their social security number, effectively stripping them of their ability to work, to support their families, or to access crucial benefits like health care, food assistance. They can't and even banking. They can't do no banking. My God. You might wonder, why should anyone do something like this? But boy, may I tell you, this year answer lies in a troubling effort to encourage these individuals to self-deport themselves, to leave the United States voluntarily. Because if you can't work, if you can't bank, if you can't get medical assistance, where do you? You know, better you self-deport? No. I want to pause here and emphasize something that's critical for we to understand why this situation deeply affects us all. Some people might hear this news and shrug off, thinking, this not apply to me. This is just about immigrants from South America or the Spanish people, the Mexican, blah, 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 or, the people who cross the border. But me want to clarify that this mindset is dangerously misleading, and it is really simplistic, because it not just apply to them alone. Let me take a moment to look at this from a personal angle. And sometimes I have to drop in my story when it comes to Trump and the immigration business. Because me know how me come here. Before me become a United States citizen and me obtain my green card, my journey to this country, it never straightforward. Me never enter through the southern border. Me actually overstayed my visitor visa. And I was advised by my immigration lawyer to pay taxes as a means of demonstrating my commitment to this country. And so that is what I did. Now, even though my struggles to come to the United States was a little bit easier, or to overstay my time was a little bit easier, because I was here before 9/11 when everything was easy. Nobody gonna watch you. You go out, you work, you pay your taxes. Nobody now seek after you. Nobody now run you down. You do anything what you want to do. If you want to buy a house, if you want to buy a car, if you want to get your driver's license, everything was just free, easy, and dandy. But still, even though that was the situation, and this is why we should be more sympathetic towards these people, how they're struggling so hard. Everybody come here want to get green card. Everybody come here want to get citizen. They not just come here for the sake of coming here. And easy for everybody. When me come here, me did have my sister who was a nurse. She come here as a nurse. Is a hospital sponsor her for the green card here. She became a citizen. She was able to file for me. And not only that, I was able to live under her roof. And that was a big help, because I didn't have all the responsibilities and the struggles that some of these people have here. A lot of these people, they don't have nobody to file for them. And them days, siblings didn't take as long as it's taking now. So even if somebody come here and they have one brother or one sister, they can't look for them to file because all 15 years they don't get through. It's hard. And some of my previous videos, a lot of people say that live here, say, listen, we know, say, people is not a good reason to leave your job at Jamaica and come here, come stay. But them say, you can't tell people the truth, because them I say, how come you die and you don't want them to come? But me, being honest, and me tell them right out, say, stay in your job, because the struggles are difficult. Now, in the current policies from the Trump administration that had been placed, it could have easily destroyed everything I worked for if it was Trump administration back then when we come here. Opportunities were here, yes. You were able, things were like easier. You can have the education at Jamaica, but the opportunities are not there for you to get a house quick, a car quick, get advanced in your education more. It was much easier there. You could have all go school when you come here without a green card. It can't happen so again, you know? And I myself might have found myself categorized as deceased simply because of a bureaucratic error or an international misclassification. Just think about it. This isn't just statistics. These are real lives impacted by cruel policies. And you find some people who come here, many years, without a green card. And they cannot empathize with these people because they forget, just like how some people then come from some places. Poverty like crazy, and then forget where they come from. This brings me to the element of empathy. Me can't help but feel a deep sense of compassion for those people who are currently grappling with the antagonizing reality of finding themselves labeled as dead. Can you imagine that? Picture yourself being labeled as dead. It's not simply a matter of paperwork, you know. It's about people struggling to lead lives of dignity, value, and ambition. Many individuals face hardships that we can't even imagine. These people have dreams and aspirations and desires to be realized, like some of us who come and we realize we dream, but we forget. Not forget. Do not forget. We all have the same intention, even though if you're going to a place, usually there's more than one way to go. And one might take one road and another one take the next road, but we are end up the same place. It's like religion. We have 1,000,001 different churches and denominations, but where we all work for? Where we all work for? If you think about it, everybody working for the same for the same end. For the me now come preach religion, so me now go in a detail. But everybody working for the same God Almighty reason. We have to acknowledge that America historically celebrated as a land of opportunity and refuge. But this year have this type of something have changed drastically, particularly since the event of 9/11. America start tightening up, and the once hospitable atmosphere for immigrants and those fleeing persecution, this has morphed into a hostile environment. May I tell you? Characterizing by suspicion and fear. And everybody, you can understand, everybody have to protect them home, where them live. Even small aspects of everyday life can turn into sources of stress. Every interaction, every application, every form, and every roadblock feels like fraught with uncertainty. May I tell you that? May I tell you that? That is a fact. No. Let me get specific. Let me get specific about what is happening with the Trump's administration tactics. The act of reclassifying living immigrants into a database isn't just an administrative oversight. It is a strategic maneuver aimed at demoralizing and dehumanizing a vulnerable population. My God. Sometimes when people do these things, you wonder if them sleep and how them sleep. By moving these names and their legally obtained social security numbers, remember, these were legally issued to them, into one database reserved for the deceased, they are creating barriers and making it significantly more challenging for these individuals to access basic services such as banking, healthcare, and social assistance. Now, just think about the consequences of this for just 1 minute. 1 minute, nothing long. 1 minute. Imagine trying to live your life in a country where you are denied access to a basic thing as banking services, unable to open accounts. You have to keep your money on a mattress or give it to somebody to keep, unable to secure loans where we bill your credit, and cut off from essential medical services because your status has been turned into a bureaucratic nightmare. And for what? Then people have pay them taxes. If you want, throw them out, throw them out. But not punish them, so. This thing rob these individuals of their voices and their agency, rendering them powerless at a time when they need help the most. No, believe me, if me was in that situation, me empathize with them, you know. But me think me would have no other option but to self-deport. This situation doesn't exist in a vacuum. It connects to a broader trend in the Trump administration's immigration policy. No, there is a systematic effort underway to target immigrants who enter the United States under temporary protection measures established under the previous Biden administration. Now, for context, the more than 6,000 people affected were likely, people were likely categorized along with a broader group of around 900,000 immigrants who were allowed entry through Biden's CPB 1 app, which was intended to provide a more humane approach to immigration. But look here now, what do we see? These same individuals are being told they no longer exist in the eyes of the government. Them label them as dead. What can be so cruel? Eh? They can't do nothing at all in the United States today. Now, additionally, now just this week, you know, a federal judge temporarily halted the Trump administration from moving forward with plans to force hundreds of thousands of Cubans, Haitians, people from Nicaragua, and Venezuela, who have temporary legal, because Biden did grant them temporary legal status to leave. Now, this ruling is a victory, a glimmer of hope in the otherwise dark landscape, because the landscape with the immigration thing very dark. But it underscored the critical need for continued vigilance and advocacy. We must recognize that there is still a battle between judicial oversight and the executive powers that dictate immigration policy, and it applies to everybody who illegal here, who come from things that, because sometimes people might say, oh, Jamaicans are not affected by it. But if you don't know somebody without a green card, somebody for you knows somebody who don't have a green card, or somebody for you wanted to come to America and you was thinking about the idea of helping them out, but you can't, because you cannot keep them in your home. Because if you know that somebody don't have a green card, you can't keep them in your home because you're breaking the law. If you have an apartment that you rent, and you know the person is illegal, you're committing a crime. So some way or the other, if it don't affect you now, it will affect you later. You can't just go to the road corner and pick up somebody and say they must come and do a job for you, because you won't be finding that. It is going to cost everybody in one way or the other. We don't see nothing yet. It's a wait and see. Let us take a step back and examine another key player in this ongoing saga, the Social Security Administration. As of now, they don't make a public statement yet, regarding this classification of living immigrants categorized as deceased. But it's important to highlight that the agency maintains the most comprehensive federal database of deceased individuals, and it dates all the way back to 1899. The fact that living individuals are being mishandled in this way really raises serious ethical questions and deep concerns about how our systems are interacting with others. Now, you might be wondering how this connects to something like tax activities. It has recently come to light that the Department of Homeland Security signed a troubling deal that allows the IRS to share immigrants' tax data with Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Now, this agreement means that ICE will have the authority to cross-reference immigration status with taxpayer records. Think about the fear and anxiety this creates for immigrants who have been diligently paying their taxes and striving to comply with regulations. They are now shouldering the burden of uncertainty, knowing that the very institution they trusted, because them said, if you're living in the country, you're supposed to pay tax, whether you have green card or not. The tax contribution could now be used against them. Against them. Families are watching their loved ones live in constant fear of deportation. And you see this new cross-reference deal, it could lead to more unjust removals and separation. You watch. We don't know when these things going to stop. We don't know when them are going to end. So guys, what does all this mean for immigrant communities across the country? It's crucial for all of us to understand that these actions create a ripple effect beyond the individuals directly impacted. Believe it or not, over a year ago, I made a video on my other channel encouraging viewers to remain skeptical about the American dream. And in that video, I discussed the complex realities of migration and the often hidden hurdles that await new arrival. Many people yearn for the chance to migrate to America, for a better life. But these same people may not fully comprehend the genuine challenges that lie ahead. And as me say, a lot of people them come and them approach them with it, and them afraid to tell them, say, listen, America are not just how you see it so anymore. Yes, it used to be, but it's not like that anymore because, and people say, listen, me not tell them, because them are going to say, because me die already. But some of these people were here in better times, in better days, when everybody was free to accomplish whatever they want. When we tell someone that they can achieve their dreams in America, they might not be aware of the full scale of obstacles they will face. So don't tell them can. Tell them the facts. Don't be afraid. If they want to vex with you, let them vex. And who knows, they might find out later that you weren't misleading them. At one point, the narrative around America was that it was a place for to reinvent yourself, and it's for new beginnings. But unfortunately, with politics like the ones we are seeing today, the image of America as a welcoming refuge, it has diminished significantly. The other day, with all this we are going, they turn back a boat of people from Haiti. And me, I wonder, say, maybe because it's not a Spanish speaking country and them not listen to the news and hear what go on, them still are come. They were still coming. Moreover, we need to engage in conversations that unpack these issues. And this is what I do now. And give voice to the struggles that immigrants encounter daily. We must fight against misinformation, man, and help others understand that the situation is far more complex than many people assume. Don't fool people anymore. Tell them the facts. And if they don't want to hear the facts, then there's nothing, that a darn thing you can do about it. But tell them the facts and make them decide how them going to handle that. If them want to really come and tread and face the situation head on. Because some people just say, boy, a bad mind. Them have this mentality and just feel like everything and everybody are work against them. When people are really people telling them out of love and concern. Now, me want to stress the importance of staying engaged. Make sure you stay informed and empathic. This topic isn't just about policy or statistics. It's about real lives and real dreams. We need to recognize, man, that our experience, while it's different, can inform our understanding of others' struggles. And we can stand in solidarity and remember how we get here, or if we get here straight, how we friend get here, or how we neighbor get here, how we cousin get here. If we have thoughts, questions, or insights regarding this critical issue, guys, please share it. Please share them in the chat or in the comment section below if you're watching this video at a later time. We need to raise awareness and support one another during these challenging times, because it's challenging times. And we cannot deny it. Say, we know somebody who did come here without a green card, or we know somebody who is currently here without a green card. We can't deny the fact. We are all, I'm speaking to my Jamaicans. But if you're not Jamaican, it's still, the story is the same and the issue is the same, different. Guys, me know, me die 30-something minutes. This is one of the longest video I've ever done. And for a live stream, 30 minutes is not really long, because some people do live stream for 1 hour. But as me said, this is my first real live stream. And, so that's why I'll cut it short, because cut it short for half an hour for a live stream is, but let me see. Guys, me have to say, me say 2 people on here, but as me say, it's my first live stream. So, me know say, people normally watch my videos later, so me not going to expect this. But me think say on the weekends, this is something I want to do, live stream. So me guys, me want to thank you for tuning in to today's live stream. Only sorry that me not see no comment, but would have loved that. Your engagement by just listening and your willingness to tackle these tough subjects matter by listening to me. I appreciate it. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and feel free to share this video with anyone you think might benefit from this message. Let's keep the conversation going. And I can't wait to see you in the next video. Stay informed, stay safe, and take care.